In a forest outside Seattle, Washington, a naked teenage boy wakes up to find himself covered in slime and curiously takes in his vast environment. Moments later, the boy notices a rattlesnake approaching to bite him, calmly catches it mid-strike and sends it on its way. New to his surroundings, the boy gets up and starts walking around the forest until he hears a noise. Believing he has finally found a companion, the boy follows the sound to a tent, peeks inside, but is met by the shocked scream of a teenage couple and retreats. The boy then continues wandering around, finds his way to the nearby streets where he is absorbed by the buzzing life, unaware that everyone is affronted and is staring at his nude body. Moments later, the police arrest the boy for public indecency and take him to a juvenile detention center. There, after some confused moments in the shower, the boy manages to wash the slime off and puts on the clothes he's been given. Then, the director of the detention center, Lou Daniels, meets the boy, becomes fascinated by his case, and calls psychologist Nicole Traeger.
I'll stop by at 10 tomorrow.
Hey, this afternoon okay?
Honoring her word, Nicole ditches the Sunday breakfast she had planned with her husband Steven, her teenage daughter Lori, and her son Josh, and prepares to head out. Meanwhile, at the detention center, the boy is taken to the cafeteria, picks up a tray of food, sits down to see what others do with their tray, and after intently observing, he mimics their movements and starts eating.
Yo, let's get some juice down here.
Utterly relieved to find a way to settle his hunger, the boy eats all his food.
You gonna see my fist, you gonna put an eyeball on me.
Be cool, Skeeter. You can't understand a word you say.
Later, in the yard, still annoyed, Skeeter arrives with his crew and challenges the boy to a fight. The boy continues to mimic Skeeter and tries to keep up, but soon is punched to the ground, until Lou comes to the rescue and puts an end to the ordeal. Despite getting a nosebleed from the punch, the boy barely notices the pain as he pees himself and gets unexpected relief. Later, Nicole arrives at the center and meets with Lou.
Well, the paperwork says John Doe for the time being.
John Doe.
Then, as Nicole quietly watches Kyle, hoping to show her where he came from and what he had seen, Kyle draws her an accurate picture of the teenage couple he had seen in the forest.
But there is one more thing you should see. No belly button.
Then, hoping to rescue Kyle from the dangerous environment of the center, Nicole decides to let Kyle stay at her house for a few days and informs her children of her decision.
I don't want him touching my things.
All right. Your mom says he's coming, and that's final.
The next day, Nicole brings Kyle home, and as soon as he walks in, he becomes fascinated by baby pictures hanging on the wall, wondering if he was ever that small. Then, seeing his interest in the computer in the living room, Nicole opens a cartoon game, which he soon masters. However, a few minutes later, Nicole is called to work in an emergency and heads out after warning Lori to keep an eye on Kyle. Bored out of her mind by the dull babysitting job, Lori sits on the couch and occupies herself by talking with her friends on the phone. Later, Lori steps away to talk to her boyfriend Declan, and while alone, Kyle hears a beautiful melody from outside, follows it to a neighbor's house, and enters to find a girl named Amanda playing the piano. Kyle stands behind her, mesmerized by the sound, and quietly cries until Amanda sees him. Terrified and overwhelmed, Kyle flees, runs back home, gets in the bathtub, and continues crying to himself. Later, Kyle is introduced to Josh, who is skeptical of him before being introduced to Steven.
Oh, watch it, watch it.
I somehow understood everything it said.
Then, Amanda's mother, Carol, storms into the house.
I'm so sorry, Carol.
Cole, I would hate to make this.
See you later.
Then, Kyle joins the Traegers for dinner, and while eating, he gets thirsty and, to the shock of everyone, repeats the exact words of Skeeter.
Yo, let's get some juice down here. Sup? Everyone taking stupid pills around here?
Later, Nicole and Steven discuss Kyle.
I saw for myself. Kyle's stomach is totally smooth. Social services promised to find a safe spot for him by Monday.
Monday.
The next day, as Kyle steps out of the house with Nicole and Josh, a mysterious man watches him from across the street. Then, at her office, Nicole gives Kyle an hour-long IQ test, which he completes in 5 minutes and gets a perfect score. Flabbergasted, Nicole sends Kyle for an MRI.
What is it?
Equipment's on the fritz.
So it means he's some super genius?
No, it means mechanical failure. You have to come back some other time.
That night, unable to fall asleep, Kyle sneaks out of the room, goes downstairs, becomes fascinated by the refrigerator, and spends minutes watching it. Then, he sees a grounded Lori sneaking out to a party and follows her. There, Kyle gets thirsty and inadvertently gets drunk on beer and becomes sick, while Lori finds Declan cheating on her and gets drunk out of anger. Soon the police arrive, and everyone frantically tries to flee, but an officer gets hold of Lori and starts dragging her away. Desperate to rescue her, Kyle shocks everyone by walking through a glass door and humiliates the officer using his quick reflexes, forcing him to walk away. He then carries Lori home and gets her to bed without anyone knowing. The next day, Kyle approaches Nicole and tells her how scared he is.
Apparently not all forms of greetings are appropriate.
What? What are you scared of?
Everything.
Touched by this, Nicole talks to Steven.
I can't do it. I can't send Kyle away. There's something remarkable about him.
I feel for the kid. You know I do.
Then, Nicole goes to the center to get Kyle's files, but Lou informs her that they have been lost. Meanwhile, the mysterious man parks outside the center, reading Kyle's stolen file. Meanwhile, at home, while Steven works, Kyle curiously inspects the house.
Don't touch that. Those are for killing rats. Rats are your enemy. No, Kyle, we don't want them in the house.
Then, seeing Steven's frustration at losing his files from his computer, Kyle duplicates the codes on a laptop and, to Steven's delight, recovers them all within a few seconds. On the other side of the house, Josh goes to his room, finds the magazine his mother had hidden from him, and, knowing that Kyle was behind the gesture, goes out to thank him.
Take a shot. Now you.
Later, the family gathers for dinner.
I was hoping that you wouldn't mind if Kyle stayed with us a while longer.
Then, each of the trio shows their agreement through small gestures, which makes Kyle feel welcome. One night, Kyle stays up until the wee hours of the night, wondering how humans can sleep for long hours each day, while there are so many things to explore, and he goes downstairs, raids the fridge, tasting everything from an unpeeled banana and raw eggs, which he hates, to chocolate syrup. And once he's full, he wanders around the living room, accidentally turns on a Chinese karate movie, and becomes mesmerized by it. Soon, the sound of the movie wakes the Traegers up, and when they go downstairs to see what's going on, they are shocked to see Kyle performing the karate moves and speaking Chinese fluently. Then, Steven scolds Kyle for his actions.
Have you been having trouble sleeping?
I don't sleep. You've been with us for over a week. You're telling us you haven't slept, not even once? Never.
Kyle spends the rest of the night wondering why humans seem to be obsessed with the concept of time and continues observing each one of the Traegers rush against time the next morning while having breakfast with Josh. Then, fascinated by seeing Josh peel a banana before eating it, Kyle does the same and enjoys the taste. Later, a detective named Breen visits Kyle at the house.
Do you remember why you weren't wearing clothes?
I don't remember ever having any. No one's even filed a missing persons report that fits Kyle's description.
At school, angered by Declan's actions at the party, Lori and Hillary approach him.
We saw you mauling that nympho at your party.
She was mauling me.
Let him chew on that for a little while.
Elsewhere, Nicole takes Kyle on his first doctor's appointment and introduces him to Dr. Stone, to whom she shows the MRI results.
He does have an extraordinary aptitude for math.
Nobody can produce that much brain activity.
Then, Dr. Stone gives Kyle a physical examination.
Lay back, Kyle.
You tell me.
As he walks Nicole out, Dr. Stone gives her a strong sleeping pill and promises her it will do the trick. Then, when the duo reaches the reception area, they are amazed to see Kyle being applauded after finishing a complex jigsaw puzzle in just a few minutes. At home, Josh comes up with wild theories to explain Kyle's situation.
Mom, I'm telling you, Kyle is not human.
Oh, Kyle. Of course you're human.
Ignoring Josh's wild imagination, Nicole talks to Kyle.
Sometimes people have trouble sleeping because they're concerned about something that's happened to them. I want you to draw anything at all.
Later, Steven and Nicole try to inspect the numerous drawings.
The way he draws, it's almost like he snaps a picture in his head and then reproduces it.
Then, hoping to calm Kyle's nerves and make him as comfortable as possible, Nicole makes him chamomile tea while he watches the pot, captivated by the sound it makes.
It's like horse pee.
Josh.
What does horse pee taste like?
It's an expression. A rude one.
Once finished, Kyle joins Josh in the bedroom, and the duo bonds until Steven and Nicole arrive.
Gotta get some sleep, and this'll help.
And then I'll sleep? Good night, boys.
2.5 hours later, Kyle is still up and is filled with a strong urge to explore the world around him. Hence, he quietly leaves the house and spends minutes staring at the peaceful sky, captivated by the beauty of the stars. Then, as he goes for a walk, Kyle sees the mysterious man in the truck following him until a dog starts barking and scares him away. Moments later, Amanda spots Kyle from her bedroom window.
What are you doing out there?
Can't sleep.
I bet your family's searching for you right now. I mean, they have to be.
Then, Kyle proceeds to return home but bumps into Lori in the living room.
Why are you out of bed?
Nothing. I heard him down here. I wanted to make sure he was okay.
With full makeup on?
Yeah.
Upstairs. Now.
Dad, I was just...
Move.
Then, Steven gets Kyle to bed.
What did you do?
I looked at the stars.
Your peeps, dude. Your real family. And the stars.
Stop messing with him, Josh. He doesn't know you're joking. Later, a concerned Nicole calls Dr. Stone to tell him that the sleeping pill didn't work.
How comfortable can he be if he can't sleep here?
He said if this continues, he wants to admit Kyle and sedate him.
Well, he should.
Elsewhere, fired from her waitressing job for missing a shift, Lori hangs out with Declan.
So what happened last night? She never came out. Feels like you're jerking me around here, Traeger.
Meanwhile, hoping to exhaust Kyle, Steven takes him running.
Well, the plan is to exhaust you.
An exhausted Steven is shocked to see Kyle running at such a pace, and seeing that his plan had failed miserably, slowly returns home, where he finds Nicole inspecting Kyle's drawings.
Steven, I'm gonna stay up and watch him tonight. Make sure he doesn't wander out again.
We'll go in shifts. Me first.
Then, at midnight, Nicole takes over the guarding duty from Steven, who has an important meeting in the morning.
My body feels slower, but my head can't stop thinking.
Okay, count backwards from 1,000. No, 100,000.
The next morning, Nicole oversleeps, wakes up late, and is amused to find Kyle still counting backwards and rushes to wake her husband.
You said he'd be here till somebody claimed him or till you found him another place. It's like having a new baby in the house.
New babies keep you up.
He doesn't belong here, Nicole.
Hurt by what he has overheard, Kyle leaves the house, and despite the frantic search of the family and the police, he is nowhere to be found for the rest of the day.
He's been gone all day. Is that all they can do?
Do they know Kyle's sort of different? Kyle doesn't know anywhere to go.
Yes, he does.
The Traegers then rush to the forest and are relieved to find Kyle standing on top of a tree stump.
What are you doing here?
Why'd you come?
I came so my family could find me. I think we just did.
Aw, that's so sweet. Once at home, finally exhausted, Kyle washes up.
Congratulations. You look exhausted. Oh, tonight is your night, Kyle. You just have to find the right spot for yourself.
Kyle then finds a radio, turns on white noise, which soothes him. And when Steven and Nicole return, they are relieved to find him sleeping in the bathtub for the first time in almost 2 weeks. The next morning, despite the family's best efforts to wake him up, Kyle sleeps in late.
This isn't right. I have to take a shower before I go to work.
Next.
Nicole packs a bag for Kyle and prepares him to go to work with Steven, while Josh prepares to leave for summer school. Moments later, Detective Breen calls Nicole.
Did you find something out about Kyle?
It looks like it. I think Kyle may be connected to a murder. This symbol was on some sort of security key card we found near the remains in the woods.
Elsewhere, at the office, Steven and Kyle arrive and find everyone stressing over a recent server crash. Then, Steven leaves Kyle with the secretary, Allison, and heads to his meeting with the CEO, Brad.
They're employees first. Look, you knew this day was coming. We have cuts to make. You know that we do. I'll tell them. No, you can't. You have a loyalty to this company. You can't say a word.
Meanwhile, outside, Kyle wanders around the office, finds the server room, and starts reading the bulky manuals. On the other side of the office, after his meeting, Steven learns that Kyle is missing, frantically searches for him with Allison, and the duo is shocked to find him sitting on the floor of the server room with the now dismantled server in his hands. Hoping to get a handle on the matter as fast as possible, Steven rushes out to call IT.
Good job.
Later, at home, Nicole finds Kyle drawing in the bathtub.
You know, now that you're sleeping better, let's put the second bed back into Josh's room.
But I like the tub. There's something about it.
Nicole then shows Kyle a picture of the symbol on the security card from the police picture, and after inspecting it closely, Kyle shares that he has no idea what it is. Later, Josh asks his father for permission to play video games.
If you don't pass summer school, you're not going to go to high school next year with your friends. Is that what you want?
Wow, I thought I could be tough.
Kid's smart, he just needs to focus.
Then, Stephen asks Lori for help.
Like I have to work too, remember?
He can sit at a table near the counter.
Come on, he's part of the family.
I know you like to think that, but he's not. Sorry.
Then, hoping for some privacy, Nicole takes Stephen to his workshop in the garage and tells him about her conversation with the detective. But unbeknownst to them, the mysterious man listens in on the conversation.
Not yet. The only thing he said was that the killer would probably have scratches on him.
So if Kyle was a witness, once his memory comes back.
Upstairs, Josh bribes Kyle with his favorite candy to do his summer school math test for him and plans to pass it as his own. The next morning, believing Lori had taken Kyle with her to work as she was asked, everyone leaves him behind while he slept in the tub, while Lori leaves alone and meets up with Hillary to spy on Declan, who had told her he would be spending the day playing golf with his father.
It's so cool that we're stalking him.
We are not stalking him.
After a few minutes, Lori confirms her suspicions and is gutted to see Declan hanging out with friends. At home, Kyle wakes up later and is hurt that no one has noticed that he was left behind. Then, as he wanders around the house, he sees that the satellite TV is not working and, hoping to find a way to make himself useful, climbs to the roof to fix it. Then, as she drives by, Amanda sees Kyle jump straight back down to the ground without any assistance and crashes her car out of shock.
You jumped off the roof.
I had to get down.
I am so grounded.
Then Lori arrives and takes Kyle inside. Elsewhere, the mysterious man receives a call.
Time is what I need to cover my tracks.
Do a better job of it.
Meanwhile, inside the house, Lori gives Kyle fresh clothes and coaches him.
Believe me, men lie, it's fact. Come on, Kyle, you're a guy. Lying should come naturally to you.
Then Amanda rushes over to the house, asking for help.
I need to camouflage my car.
Just tell her it was parked and someone nailed it.
I thought you said men were the liars.
At dinner, Kyle is surprised to see Lori and Josh spin their lies with ease and conviction.
No, it was great. He just sat there near the counter and drew the whole time.
By the way, how'd your test go?
I passed. I took the test for Josh, and I wasn't at the coffee bar. I was here all by myself.
Shut up, Kyle.
Later, hoping to comfort him, Stephen follows Kyle onto the roof.
All I wanted to do was help him. Lying's not the way. But you still shouldn't lie just to protect people.
Meanwhile, Nicole has girl talk with Lori.
Guess I was afraid to tell you guys I got fired.
Why? Whatever you're going through, I have the feeling I've been there too.
Then, inspired by his discussion with Kyle, Stephen calls Brad.
You can't do that. Well, they deserve to know the truth. Come in tomorrow and you can break the bad news to them. Bye.
Elsewhere, Carol scolds Amanda over her irresponsibility.
I did it. I broke the car. This lie was easy because I knew it was the right thing to do.
Kyle then returns home, still sore about everything.
I didn't mean what I said, and I should never have asked you to cover for me.
It's okay. I think I understand about lying now.
The next morning, Stephen and Nicole wake Kyle up and surprise him by showing him the workshop, which they had converted to become his room, with a bathtub as his bed in the middle. Surprised and finally feeling like he belongs in the family, Kyle genuinely thanks the couple. Then, as Nicole begins to hang Kyle's drawings on the wall, she notices a pattern on the drawings, lays them down in order, and is shocked out of her mind to see that they form the symbol on the security card. That night, for the first time, Kyle has a dream in which he sees himself swimming with Amanda and wonders if dreams capture past events or predict the future. The next morning, Nicole calls the detective to show him Kyle's drawing.
Everyone was concerned about the images coming.
It's possible that fractured pieces of his past are starting to enter his consciousness.
Then, Lori is ordered to take both Kyle and Josh to the community pool while Stephen and Nicole head to the high school to register Kyle. Elsewhere, the mysterious man, Thomas Foss, meets with the personnel manager, Dennis, at his office to quit his job.
Your security card.
He then hands in his security card, which has the symbol from the crime scene on it, and leaves. At the pool, Lori hangs out with Hillary.
Yo, Traeger.
What's up?
Good for you, Lori, while Kyle and Josh hang out.
Why is Amanda sitting up there?
She'll jump in to save you if you can't swim.
Elsewhere, at the high school, Stephen and Nicole meet with the principal, Mr. Hooper.
You're requesting a one-on-one tutor. That's,
Legally, you're obligated to provide it.
Meanwhile, at the pool, hoping to get closer to Amanda, who's a lifeguard, Kyle jumps into the pool. Moments later, seeing Kyle drowning, Amanda jumps in after him and pulls him out, which excites Kyle, and soon he gets embarrassed.
Kyle, cover up. Oh my God.
Later at home, Josh tells his parents what happened, and Stephen has a talk with Kyle.
You never had an erection before?
Not that I can remember.
It was completely normal. You just don't typically want it to happen in public.
The next day, Declan comes to Lori's house and politely asks her out on a date, which surprises her. And the duo plans to go to an upcoming party together. Later, Amanda comes to the house and heads to Kyle's room, hoping to talk to him about everything. Once there, she sees the numerous pictures he has drawn of her, becomes creeped out, and runs out. Then Josh makes Lori an offer.
Lori and I were thinking maybe we shouldn't bring Kyle to the pool today. I mean, not after yesterday. They offer lessons down there. Couple hours every day.
Then, Lori gives Josh his crush, Ashley's number, just like they agreed, before signing Kyle up for swimming lessons with Amanda. Despite being nervous to train with Amanda, Kyle masters the skill in just a few minutes and starts swimming like a champion. Afterwards, Amanda approaches Kyle to congratulate him.
My mom's gonna be out tomorrow afternoon. Come by my house. I'm gonna show you something.
Elsewhere, Tom returns home and finds Dennis smugly waiting for him.
Your key card. I ran it through the system to deactivate it. I have a feeling you don't want the company to know what you've been up to.
Later, Kyle goes to Amanda's house where Amanda shows him some of her father's paintings.
Art is about drawing what you feel, not just what you see. But art is about putting your whole self into something. Everything you feel.
I didn't know that I could make a picture of how I felt inside.
At home, a nervous Josh calls Ashley.
Josh Traeger?
Hi?
Are you going to Jeff Preston's party tonight? Awesome. So, see you there.
Then, Josh talks Kyle into going to the party, and Kyle takes the new portrait he drew for Amanda, hoping to give it to her there and tell her how he feels.
Bye, guys.
Kyle, you're not going, but...
Go ahead, have a good time.
On the other side of town, Tom invites Dennis in the name of negotiations and kills him. Elsewhere, the trio gets to party.
Remember the rules. No drinking, no puking. Out of here by 9:45.
Then, Ashley appears, greets Josh, and leads him away to a hot tub, where the duo jumps in and hangs out. However, to the embarrassment of Josh, the chaperones find them and order them out. Meanwhile, Lori sleeps with Declan in the bushes, but soon regrets her decision. Feeling awful, Lori returns to the party and finds a drunk Hillary hitting on Kyle.
Hillary, get off of him. God, you slut. Ow! I told you to leave him alone.
Poor Declan. I never should have told him to ask you out. Who knew after all this time, you'd be so easy.
At home, Stephen apologizes to Nicole.
Need to ease up on the reins just a little bit. I realize that he's your patient. So let's handle him like we handle Josh and Lori.
Later, Amanda arrives at the party with her boyfriend Charlie, which breaks Kyle's heart, and he throws the drawing in the pool. With the party going south, for each of the trio, they leave early and head back home. A few days later, on the first day of school, Stephen and Nicole congratulate each other for making it through summer in one piece, and with the kids at school all day, discreetly plan to spend a few hours of quality time together in the afternoon. They then hurry everyone out, and Nicole drives the kids to school while Stephen goes to work. Unbeknownst to anyone, Tom watches this unfold from afar and, as soon as everyone leaves, breaks into the house. At school, Kyle is captivated by what he sees, tries to identify the criteria based on which different friend groups are formed, and wonders if he will ever find someone like him. On the other side, Lori tries to bury the hatchet with Hillary, who snobs her, and despite wearing the same blouse, ridicules her outfit. Meanwhile, Josh learns that he's been placed in remedial and is devastated, but jokes it off with his friends, who have progressed. Then, while Kyle tries to take in everything he sees, Nicole has a private meeting with Mr. Hooper.
He spent time in a juvenile detention center. We have 5 hours of testing ahead of us. We should get started.
Elsewhere, Lori attends Mr. Miller's math class.
Solve it by the end of the semester, you get an automatic A in my class.
Then, despite Hillary initiating the note, Lori is caught and scolded for note passing and given detention. Meanwhile, in remedial class, while asked to read out loud, Josh reads perfectly, unlike his new classmates, and gets the unwanted attention of an angry boy named Toby. Elsewhere, Kyle is given the first part of the 5-hour test, which is history, and as he goes through it, he realizes he doesn't recognize any of the names and dates. Soon, he hears the bell ring, and Kyle wanders outside of the exam class, finds himself in Mr. Miller's class, happy to see the math problem, and solves it within seconds. At the school during lunch, Kyle goes to the cafeteria and befriends a social outcast named LK.
I draw too. Shut. Someone told you to sit here?
Very funny.
Meanwhile, from his table, Toby overhears Josh making fun of the remedial class and is outraged. Elsewhere, while Nicole prepares to spend the afternoon with her husband, unaware that Tom is still in the house, she receives a call from Steven.
I can't believe we have an hour alone.
Oh, an hour is barely enough time.
Nicole?
Steven, I think someone's breaking in.
Terrified, Steven runs as fast as he can, barges into the house, and starts looking for Nicole, only to find her in Kyle's room discussing with Tom.
What's going on? Well, I was on patrol and saw someone breaking your window. That belonged to anyone? No. I'm sure he dropped it.
Finding the story too coincidental, Steven calls their security company.
Yes, Tom is a new employee here, Tom Foss. He just started this week. Tom has a very impressive military background. He's a decorated veteran.
At school, LK shows Kyle the library, where Kyle spends the next couple of hours reading encyclopedias. Later, Amanda approaches Kyle and asks him if he has feelings for her. Knowing what Amanda would prefer to hear, Kyle assures her that he's just her friend and nothing more. Meanwhile, Toby calls out Josh.
Dude, I don't know why you got a problem with me. I don't got a problem. You got a problem.
Then, Kyle steps in and, to everyone's surprise, defends Josh without even a hint of violence. But soon, the ordeal is interrupted by Mr. Hooper.
It looked like he was stopping him, not pushing him. I'm sorry, but there's just no place for a boy like Kyle in this school.
Elsewhere, Lori gets to detention and finds an amazed Mr. Miller, wondering who solved his near-impossible math problem. Quickly realizing the source of such brilliance, Lori offers to point her teacher in the right direction and asks to be excused from detention in exchange. Excited to know the identity of the student, Mr. Miller barges into Mr. Hooper's meeting.
Mr. Hooper, this student just solved a grad school level math problem and he can't tell me how.
I have to work with him.
He didn't answer a single question.
I didn't know the answers.
You see?
But I do now.
Then, the Traegers plead with the principal to give Kyle the test.
In a 5-hour period for the scores to be valid, there's 30 minutes left.
Meanwhile, outside, Lori approaches Declan to apologize for lashing out at him earlier.
Declan, we're going for coffee.
No, I'm good.
I'll see you tomorrow.
A few minutes later, to the surprise of Mr. Hooper, Kyle finishes the test.
Done.
That's not possible. Well, if his scores measure up, first thing tomorrow morning.
Kyle then approaches LK.
Thanks for helping me today.
No worries.
Impressed by everything he witnessed Kyle do, LK gives him a drawing he made of him dressed as a superhero, and sincerely touched by the gesture, Kyle takes it home and hangs it on his wall. Meanwhile, unbeknownst to anyone, Tom, who had bugged the Traegers' house earlier, watches each of their moves from the comfort of his apartment. During a stormy night, Kyle is haunted by nightmares in which he sees a bearded man staring at him and jolts up in shock. Seconds later, his fear is compounded when he hears a knock on his window and sees a figure behind it. Hesitantly, Kyle approaches it, opens it, is relieved to see it's Declan, and lets him in.
I need a place to crash.
It's okay, but what happened to you?
You sleep in a tub?
Yeah.
Kyle gives Declan a blanket and a pillow and returns to his bathtub bed, while Declan sleeps on the floor next to him. In the morning, Kyle alerts Lori to what's going on.
This is so not good. What are you doing here? They will never believe that you weren't in my room. The one time I'm not actually doing anything wrong.
Lori leads them out until Nicole calls out to her from the kitchen.
Happy birthday, honey.
Oh, thanks.
Kyle then leads Declan out, but is soon interrupted by the arrival of Steven. Thinking on his feet, Declan pretends as if he had just arrived to wish Lori a happy birthday, joins the family for breakfast, and compliments Nicole on the delicious pancakes.
Well, they're Lori's favorite. I make them every year to celebrate her birthday.
Doesn't that mean we're celebrating 1 year closer to death?
Seeing the beautiful traditions, Kyle wonders why he doesn't have his own. Seeing Kyle deep in thought, Nicole approaches him.
Are you having bad dreams?
Last night.
Every piece of information from your head counts.
During the day, Kyle keeps getting flashes of the bearded guy from his nightmares, and while Declan and Josh play video games, he draws the man and gives the picture to Nicole.
You saw him in your dream last night.
And then again earlier, like a flash.
Then, as the power suddenly goes out, Steven goes outside to check the fuse box and is shocked to see a muddy shoe print around Kyle's room window and some blood. He becomes concerned and gets closer to inspect it until he's interrupted by Tom.
Our foster son Kyle drew a picture of someone staring in at him from the window.
That he drew a picture? Yeah. Okay, I should probably look at that.
Inside, Declan goes to Lori's room to check on the gloomy birthday girl.
So what really happened to your head?
Traeger, it's no big deal. Seriously.
Meanwhile, not wanting to be alone in her house, Amanda comes over to the house and keeps Kyle company in his bathtub. After showing Tom Kyle's drawings, Steven starts to wonder about Kyle.
It's a lot of detail.
Shocked by the drawings, Tom rushes out quickly and makes a call.
He's starting to remember.
Hoping to get to the bottom of who's lurking outside the house, Tom goes through his security camera footage, and just as he sees Declan climbing through the window, he receives a call.
Yeah, I think I know how to stop the family from asking any more questions.
Good.
Later, hoping to occupy themselves during the blackout, the group of teenagers decides to play board games, and Kyle chooses the Ouija board and asks it when his birthday is.
Hey, if anyone could get a Ouija board to work, it's him.
781227.
This is ridiculous. He's not an alien. He's not even a good weatherman.
Then, to everyone's surprise, and against Kyle's predictions, the rain suddenly stops.
You guys aren't seriously buying any of this. Kyle isn't supernatural.
Get back inside, now! Just come on!
As everyone tries to understand what it all means, Josh continues spinning his alien theories.
My theory is you're an alien-human hybrid.
Stop.
Seriously, they're watching you interact with us humans, taking notes.
This is the only thing I know about my entire life.
Shocked to see Kyle in such a state and sympathizing with him, Nicole sends everyone out and comforts Kyle, which he greatly appreciates. Later, Tom comes to inform the Traegers of his findings.
According to the police, there was a hit and run in the neighborhood around 2 a.m. But one of the drivers fled the scene, which is a crime. So.
Hearing this, Lori questions Declan.
I was on my way home. It was really hard to see, and I skidded and hit another car. I couldn't go home. My dad would have murdered me.
Frustrated by the lack of answers, Kyle retreats to his room and takes his drawings off his wall until Amanda comes in and comforts him. The duo then sits in Kyle's tub, talking, and Amanda tells Kyle about her father. On the other side, Declan proceeds to leave.
You should know that no matter what Hillary said to give me the push, she made me realize I was about to lose you. It's a shame it sucks so bad.
Later, after Nicole bakes Lori a cake, the family prepares to celebrate.
I was thinking, if it's okay with Kyle, I want to share my birthday with you. At least until you remember when your real birthday is.
Aw, what a beautiful family moment. Kyle makes a wish and, together with Lori, blows out the candles. Soon, his wishes come true, and Amanda gives him a peck on the cheek. The next morning, Kyle sees a missing person report of a Washington University professor, William Kern, in the newspaper, and is shocked to recognize him as the man from his nightmares, and informs Steven and Nicole. Nicole quickly calls Detective Breen to inform him, and as he flips through his crime scene pictures, the number 781227 is seen on one of them. For the next couple of days, Kyle obsesses about Professor William, wondering how he could have dreamt about someone he didn't know.
We talked about this. It's not good for you to keep obsessing.
Following Nicole's advice, Kyle joins the boys outside and amazes them with his basketball shooting skills.
You ever think about joining a team? Oh yeah, seriously, Kyle. You gotta come by the rec center tomorrow and try out for the team.
Okay, I'll try.
Cool. I'll see you then.
Then, Josh teaches Kyle basketball lingo.
Let me show you. See? Now you're a real baller.
The next day, as Lori drops Kyle off for practice, she gets into a fight with Hillary.
I see what I want and I go get it. You and Declan crashed and burned. He's fair game.
Then, Declan finds out that Kyle's about to join the team and freaks out.
Dude, we can't have Kyle now.
Well, have you ever seen him shoot?
Ignoring this, Charlie tries to convince the coach to give Kyle a chance.
Coach, the guy hits nothing but net every time.
Moments later, this conversation is interrupted by the cheers outside, and as the coach and duo look from the window, they see Kyle making impressive shots from near impossible distances, which impresses the coach and forces him to change his mind. At home, everyone congratulates Kyle for making the basketball team and discusses the upcoming championship game against Lance, whom the Bisons lost the trophy to last season. Then, Steven and Nicole discuss the case.
I've been reading about Professor Kern. Most of his research is about the brain, maximizing its potential.
Elsewhere, Tom gets a call.
Kern was in the news again. The police are going to start making connections.
At school, Highly confident in Kyle's abilities, Josh starts taking bets. Then, at home, hoping to help Kyle however he can, Josh gives him books to read about the game, tells him about the greatest players of all time, and plays him different videos. One evening, Charlie and Declan come to the house to see Kyle and discuss their team. Seeing Declan's arrival, Hillary changes out of her pajamas, puts on makeup, pulls him aside, and hangs out with him until Hillary arrives and asks Declan to spend time with her. Annoyed to be caught in the middle of the fighting between best friends, Declan ignores both and leaves with Charlie. During practice, while trying to compete with Kyle and outshine him, Kyle falls down and hurts his ankle. Later, Lori comes to pick up Kyle, becomes furious to see Hillary flirting with Declan, ambushes their chat, and asks him out. On the other side of town, Tom picks up a drug addict off the streets.
What's the catch?
There's no catch.
Meanwhile, as Stephen and Nicole celebrate the fact that they are all alone in the house, they hear shocking news.
In an exclusive story, police have identified the remains of William Kern, a professor of bio...
Shocked, Nicole calls the detective, but finds no response.
He saw Kern in his dream. He was able to draw his face. He must have known him. He had to.
The next day at the game, the Bisons prepare to face the champions.
Dude, could your dad be any more into it?
As everyone excitedly watches on, the game starts out really well for the Bisons and Kyle scores. However, after a few minutes of dominance, the game starts to change tides, and Kyle starts losing the ball frequently. As everyone starts getting concerned, to make matters worse, Declan is injured and is barely able to stand. However, despite seeing Declan's pain, the coach orders him to play through it and threatens that he will forever lose his spot on the team and they will go on without him.
I'll take his spot.
No, I can't play, coach. I'm injured too.
Sorry. My ankles hurt too.
What a team spirit, Kyle. Then the rest of the boys follow and the team loses by forfeit. Elsewhere, Nicole goes to the police station to find out what's going on.
That man was found dead last night. He had priors, attempted murder, assault. We'll keep making every effort that we can to help Kyle.
While Tom watches from his apartment, Nicole updates Kyle.
It's the professor.
Yes. Maybe. So far, no one's been able to make the connection.
Meanwhile, Stephen finds out about Josh's betting endeavors, scolds him, and orders him to sell some of his video games and pay back what he owes. Elsewhere, Lori tracks down Hillary and talks to her.
Just came to tell you I'm not going to fight with you over Declan.
Wait. That's it? I'm sorry. I was really pissed at first.
Finally. The next day, Declan thanks Kyle.
Hey, there's always next season, right? So, you want to shoot around? You can still take it even on one leg.
That night, in his dreams, Kyle watches as Tom kills William in the woods. Seeing Kyle's growing frustration over the lack of progress, Nicole brings a hypnotherapist to help him remember his past, and Kyle excitedly agrees to get started. As Nicole sets up a recorder, Kyle's hypnotized and remembers that he was in a car in the forest and had watched Tom kill Professor William. However, once the therapist asks Kyle to remember events that occurred before the murder, he starts uttering gibberish, which scares Nicole into stopping the session.
And his fears about your security guard, Tom Foss, that's not paranoia.
Later, Stephen and Nicole discuss the hypnosis session.
The anxiety when he started talking about Tom Foss as if he was really reliving the experience.
You're not going to have to worry about that anymore. I called Palisade Security today.
Kyle's patience grows thin over the seemingly unsolvable mystery. Then, Kyle hears Declan's plan of visiting the University of Washington, asks to join him, and Lori comes up with a plan.
I think Kyle needs a break from all this stuff.
Why are you being so nice to him?
Yes, why are you?
Take him.
But I want to go.
The next afternoon, Tom visits Nicole at the house.
I'm sorry to bother you, but I just came by to make sure that everything's okay. Because I have to say that I admire you, Mrs. Traeger. I do.
Elsewhere, the trio sets out for the university. Once there, Kyle and Lori meet Professor Williams' research assistant, Anna.
Kyle has amnesia. Seriously, and one of the few people he seems to remember is Professor Kern.
I'm sorry. Test me now. I'll take all of his tests and you'll see.
Curious, Anna accepts Kyle's requests and performs a series of tests.
Extraordinary. Kyle's results are so far beyond the normal range.
Bad for a guy with no memory.
Declan.
Then, as Kyle looks around the office, he is flabbergasted to see a picture of a biochemistry graduate student who looks exactly like him from 1985 and is filled with more questions. Convinced that they are closer to the answers than ever, Lori calls her father and convinces him to let them stay overnight at the university.
Kyle, there's no way we can leave here now. We just saw a picture of you in 1985.
Later, as the trio hangs out, Lori sees Declan talking to a girl, becomes annoyed, and leaves to explore the campus with a student named Wes. Meanwhile, at home, taking Josh's advice, Nicole slows down the recorded gibberish from the hypnotherapy session and learns that Kyle was calling out a series of numbers and letters. Curious, Nicole plays the recording to Steven.
Same pattern over and over again.
Some sort of code.
Well, I can't make any sense of it.
At the university, Anna finds Kyle sitting alone and taking in his surroundings and joins him.
William would have been so excited to meet you.
Later that night, while Kyle waits up, Declan gets to their room and becomes annoyed that Lori is still out with Wes. Early the next morning, Anna visits Kyle in his room.
The guy in the photo. It's Adam Balin.
After Lori returns, the trio joins Anna and heads out to speak to the old secretary.
Do you have an address or a phone number?
Adam Balin has been missing for 20 years.
Meanwhile, at home, Steven excitedly waits to speak to Nicole.
Their coordinates, latitude and longitude. That location is blocked.
Blocked? Why?
At the university, the trio searches through boxes of Adam's 2-decade-old research documents, and just when they are about to give up, Kyle finds a drawing of the symbol, the same one he had subconsciously drawn along with a series of numbers. Later, Steven finds out that the trio had lied to them and calls Lori.
4727 north, 12218 west. It's a spot in the woods right by here.
You're going to get back in that car and you're going to drive home immediately.
We can't leave now.
You will leave now, Lori. Do you hear me?
Tom overhears this conversation from his apartment and rushes out. Meanwhile, despite agreeing to return home with Lori, as soon as she steps away, Kyle proceeds to leave.
We'll call her and tell her what we're doing, and then come back and pick her up.
Once at the location, Kyle orders Declan to stay in the car and heads into the woods. There, Kyle finds a fenced compound and starts to climb up the fence until a masked figure pulls him down and attacks him. Luckily, Kyle defends himself well, overpowers the threat, unmasks him, and is shocked to learn that it's Tom.
Everything I did was to protect you. Forget about the past. If you don't, you're gonna put yourself and that whole family in danger.
Later, when the trio gets home, Nicole and Steven scold them for disobeying their orders and lying to them, and Kyle takes all the blame, as they know they did it for him. He then makes a shocking announcement.
There's no point in pursuing it now. I mean, what difference does it make to my life here and now?
Later, as Declan proceeds to go home, Kyle walks him out and, after telling him everything that happened in the woods, asks him to keep it between them. Then, despite fighting throughout the trip, Declan finally realizes that he can't keep playing games with Lori, and the duo starts a relationship. Meanwhile, inside the fenced gate of the company, the head of security, Cyrus Reynolds, is shown a security camera footage of Kyle trying to climb the fence. Later, Cyrus is called into his boss, Rachel's office.
How is it possible he survived?
I'm still looking into it.
You must find him.
Elsewhere, Tom receives a call.
Hasn't been asking any more questions.
I told him to keep quiet.
The company will make the connection soon, and they will send someone to trail you.
At home, confused by Kyle's instant change of heart, Nicole checks on him and asks to talk about what happened at the university. But Kyle turns down her offer and politely tells her that he doesn't need therapy. Meanwhile, at the company, Rachel and Cyrus discuss Tom.
Oh, and Dennis Bunker, who processed Voss's resignation, he disappeared too.
At home, desperate to help Kyle, Nicole calls Lou and then discusses her idea with Steven.
Lou Daniels?
Yeah, I was checking a reference on a therapist for Kyle.
Give it some more time.
I'm afraid I can't be objective, and it's getting in the way of his progress.
After discovering that he has super hearing ability, Kyle asks Declan for help.
So now you got super hearing?
No, my ears work just like yours.
You want to find Tom Foss and listen in? Just say when.
Now.
Then, to the annoyance of Lori, Declan postpones their date and asks her to meet at the carnival. Then, hoping to find some company, Lori calls Hillary, who quickly hangs up on her after telling her she's on her way to meet her secret boyfriend. Kyle and Declan go to the security company to ask for Tom's address.
Tom's a security guard in our neighborhood. He got us out of a huge mess. We want to see him right away to pay him back.
Fine.
Meanwhile, Cyrus tracks down Tom, who soon surprises him with an ambush.
What do you want?
I'm sure you know. I'm going to betray the company I'll be worked for.
You had to kill Kurt and Bunker? I mean, look what protecting this boy has cost you.
Kyle and Declan head to Tom's apartment, and as Kyle listens through the door, he's shocked to hear Lori's and Nicole's voices and wonders what's going on. Then, as soon as Tom leaves, the duo enters the apartment and is freaked out to learn that Tom has bugged the Traeger house and is keeping a close eye on them. Soon, Tom returns, forcing the duo to run out before getting the chance to rip out the whole system. As soon as Tom returns, he finds the surveillance system turned on, figures out that someone had been there, and soon sees the duo running out on the street. Meanwhile, Cyrus sees the boys too and follows them.
Find your moment, then do it.
Declan and Kyle then head to the carnival, unaware that they are being followed by Cyrus. A few minutes later, Declan reunites with Lori and leaves Kyle, who is mesmerized by the different carnival rides and stands frozen watching them in childlike fascination. Then, Kyle meets Amanda, who asks him to join her on the carousel, and he gladly accompanies her. From the carousel, Kyle hears Declan and Charlie talking from a distance and is frustrated to learn that Charlie is cheating on Amanda with Hillary. Then, Kyle sees Tom, held at gunpoint by Cyrus, and uses his super hearing to find out what's going on.
You should have terminated him according to instruction.
Well, it's done now. It's too late. Then we'll leave him alone.
Moments later, to the shock of everyone, Kyle falls to the ground and seizes. He is then rushed to the hospital.
Kyle's a lucky young man. His vitals are stable and he's resting comfortably.
The hospital radiologist receives a call.
You're right. Every man has his price. Even radiologists.
Then Declan convinces Lori to let him see Kyle and heads to the room.
Boss was there. And another man with a gun. Okay, that's enough. You gotta tell the Traegers what's going on. They're your family. Now's the time you need them the most.
Once Kyle's alone, Nicole comes in to talk to him.
Kyle, we haven't talked lately. Really talked. It's my job to help you break through.
You made me feel like I was your son.
I think that's what's gotten in our way.
On the other side of the hospital, Lori sees Hillary and Charlie interacting inappropriately and is gutted to figure out who her best friend's secret boyfriend is. Moments later, to the shock of everyone, Detective Breen ushers in a couple, David and Julia Peterson.
Who are you?
It's me. It's Mom.
While Kyle, Josh, and Lori grumble about the horrifying turn of events, the Petersons narrate the story of how they lost Kyle to Nicole and Steven.
We thought it was a kidnapping, some sort of extortion scheme.
The couple then informs Nicole and Steven that a DNA test is underway and gives them a family album to give to Kyle in the meantime so that it will jog his memory. Once discharged from the hospital, Kyle goes to his room, goes through the album, but fails to remember anything about any of the moments or people captured in the pictures. Frustrated, he calls out to Tom.
Boss, listen to me, I know you're there. Who are these people?
Kyle then returns to the living room and bombards the Petersons with questions.
Kyle, slow down. Maybe if we tell you some stories.
So you want to ask? Yes, who's Adam Balin? This logo, do you recognize it?
Kyle.
No, they act like they know me.
The next morning, following Amanda's invitation, Kyle prepares to go to church to attend her confirmation and is surprised to see Josh excitedly join him. As soon as the boys step out, Steven and Nicole stay back and go through the album.
I'd gotten used to Kyle having no memories. How you doing?
I'm fine.
You can't be fine. I'm not fine.
At church, after the ceremony, Kyle gives Amanda a gift and tries to speak to her, but Carol pulls her away.
I know about Hillary.
Then Kyle joins Declan, Lori, and Josh and discusses the case.
Did you get the DNA results?
Not yet.
They're not criminals, Declan. They're a nice married couple from Connecticut who lost their son.
I just want to make sure.
Elsewhere at the company, Rachel calls Cyrus to her office.
I do not want any evidence of our experiment to exist outside the walls of this company.
At home, Lori gives Hillary advice.
I know he doesn't want to hurt her right now because she lost her dad and everything.
You're with a guy who's cheating on his girlfriend. What's to say he won't do the same thing to you?
On the other side, Amanda visits Kyle in his room.
You should be happy.
I'm not.
We still haven't had the chance to talk about everything that's happened to you since yesterday.
Later, as the Traegers prepare to host the Petersons for dinner so that Kyle would spend time with them, they are informed that the DNA test was a match.
I'm not going with them.
Of course, we don't want to lose you, but it's not that easy.
How can I go live with them when you're the only family I know?
Meanwhile, while Kyle walks back home unaware that Cyrus is following him close by, he's drugged and kidnapped by a man. Later, Kyle finds himself on the back of a truck and becomes haunted by scary memories. At home, Julia shares that she's scared that Kyle might have changed in the past few years.
I can't blame him for being scared. We're strangers to him. Maybe he's not the only one who's scared.
In the forest, flashes of memory from what happened in the woods on the night of the murder flood.
Zizek's ordered you to exterminate him. I can't let either of you walk away.
Then, as clear as day, Kyle sees Tom killing Professor William. Moments later, to the shock of Kyle, Tom reveals himself to be his kidnapper.
I remember what happened. With Kern.
This is why I warned you to stop asking questions.
Then, from deep in the woods, Cyrus starts shooting at the duo and hits Tom. Shocked, Kyle reacts quickly, helps Tom to the car, and drives away. Tom then refuses to be taken to a hospital and advises Kyle to escape. However, Kyle refuses to go anywhere until he gets the whole story from Tom.
Why don't I remember anything before that night in the woods with Kern? Tell me why people want me dead.
Was Tom really trying to protect him? I didn't see that coming. Later, just as the Petersons proceed to leave the house, Kyle arrives and stuns everyone.
I remember.
Holding back her emotions, Nicole advises the Petersons to get Kyle a new therapist who can help him fill the gaps once they get home.
Why can't you still be his therapist?
Yeah, you know him better than anyone.
The Petersons live in Connecticut.
Well, we don't want to rush anything.
I'll be ready to go by tomorrow.
Hurt by this, Josh storms away.
Now that I know, I'm ready.
You can't possibly mean that, Kyle. Then, at the goodbye party, while everyone sulks about Kyle's departure, Declan approaches him.
Dude, I put myself out for you. I kept your secrets, screwed things up with Lori.
If there was anything to tell, don't you think I'd find a way to bring you in on it?
Then, Charlie comes up to Kyle to defend himself and tells him that he is not a bad guy.
I mean, this whole thing with Hillary, it's just physical. It has nothing to do with how much I love Amanda.
Right now, I need to do this.
At the house, Stephen and Nicole pack some things and prepare.
Yeah, Kyle's going off to his home. That's where he belongs. Doesn't make it any easier.
Well, in my line of work, this is what you hope for. Most foster care stories don't have happy endings.
At the party, Lori comforts a heartbroken Hillary while Kyle and Amanda try to bid each other farewell.
I'll see you again, though. It's not like forever, right? See ya.
See ya.
They then share an emotional embrace before Kyle goes to his room to pack his things. Then, Nicole comes in to talk to him.
You're not taking these? Something to remember us by?
I'll draw new ones.
As Kyle proceeds to head out, despite being mad at him, Declan comes to see him off. Moments later, Josh, who has been trying to avoid the whole ordeal all day, arrives.
After all that, you're just a regular kid with normal parents.
Apparently.
Kyle then bids farewell to each one of his family, the only one he has known for a while, and heads to the car.
Declan, I left a few things for you. They're in my room.
Then, once Kyle's off, Nicole goes to her room and bawls her eyes out as the sheer pain of losing Kyle, whom she considered a son, hits her. On the other side, Declan goes to Kyle's room and finds a box.
I remember the vacation we had in Hawaii when I was 9. And you took me to the Science Museum where they had the whispering corridors. If there was anything to tell, don't you think I'd find a way to bring you in on it?
Meanwhile, in the car, Kyle holds back his tears and confronts the couple.
You two are very good liars.
It's our job.
Elsewhere, Tom receives a call.
Physics will come after you, you know.
What did you tell him? I told him to go with the Petersons, that it was the only way to keep the Traegers out of danger, and
I'll be waiting.
In the car, Kyle replays the last conversation he had with Tom in his head.
Before that night, you didn't exist.
Meanwhile, at the company, Rebecca and Cyrus discuss the status of the case.
It's amusing considering he doesn't have any.
The paper trail led to a series of dead ends.
Kyle is taken to a gated compound, where he's surprised to meet Adam. Adam then offers to tell him everything and takes him inside. At the company, Rachel and Cyrus continue their discussion.
781228 is in excellent condition.
Meanwhile, there in the chamber, a figure labeled XX781228 remains suspended in a pink slimy substance.
वीडियोस बनाने हैं फिल्मोरा है ना